The mysterious death of a senior US military intelligence officer in a luxury hotel in Dhaka, which is the capital city of Bangladesh, has sent shockwaves. Initially, Bangladesh media reported that he was a US businessman on a trip to Dhaka. But later, investigations by journalists proved that he was actually a serving senior US military intelligence officer and he was on an official mission to Dhaka. India is watching the situation very keenly. India has stepped up vigil. This incident has proved that there is no safety to life and property in Dhaka. A very important person, like a senior US military intelligence officer who was on an official trip to Dhaka, has been killed or he died mysteriously. We don't know, nobody has confirmed, but there are enough reasons to believe that he has been killed. The US Embassy refused to conduct a postmortem at Dhaka. This is what media reports say. Who was he actually? What was his name? What was his designation? What was he specifically doing there in Dhaka? Now, who was behind the murder? That is a very important question. No conclusive answer has been found for all those questions. Let's take a closer look into what really happened based on the data available on public domain. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. As I said earlier, it was on August 31st that Bangladeshi media reported that a US citizen was found dead inside Westin Hotel, which is a luxury five-star hotel at the upmarket Gulshan area in Dhaka. The man was found dead inside room number 808. Now he checked in at the hotel on August 29 as per reports. That day he later went out and returned by night. On August 30, he stayed inside the hotel. He didn't go out. Then on August 31st, he didn't wake up, and the housekeeping staff of the hotel who went to the room, they developed some apprehensions and they informed the hotel management. The management subsequently informed Dhaka police, who came and broke open the room. There he was found dead, totally naked. It is believed that he might have been killed, administered some, lethal drug by someone, and he died that way. The US Embassy was informed by the hotel authorities, but the US Embassy refused to give permission to conduct a postmortem in Dhaka. So there is something mysterious. Obviously, they wanted to hide something. Meanwhile, the US Embassy very specifically asked hotel management to inform the staff not to speak to the media. So there was a veil of secrecy surrounding the whole incident. Now, who was he really? His name is Terence Arville Jackson. Later, media found that he was an inspector general, a command inspector general of Special Force Command Airborne of US Army. He has been serving in the Army for 20 years, 20 long years. And he has been mostly serving in Asia to protect US interests. The journalists from Bangladesh have returned to US Army, but they denied that such a person had worked with them. Then they verified the social media handles with this name. And initially, they found that there were on the profile included such details about his connections with US Army. But later the US Army denied that. Now no organization is going to accept if somebody is on a secret mission. Most probably they would deny. I think that has happened here also. Now, why was he there in Bangladesh? He was actually on a mission to train Bangladesh uh, army. This was reported by Bangladesh media quoting Dhaka police, and they said he had visited Bangladesh earlier also. The last time when he visited Dhaka was in April. Meanwhile, there are reports that he was instrumental in, you know, uprooting or throwing out Sheikh Hasina regime. So this is one important factor. He was the man who was the brain, who was the master brain in toppling Sheikh Hasina government. Now this has created doubts about who might have been the murderers of Torrance Jackson. We don't know. There are certain reports or certain conspiracy theories say China could be possibly behind the uh, murder, assuming that he was murdered. So, a majority of reports doubt a hand of or role of China in the mysterious death of Terence Arville Jackson. Then there are other reports that doubt the involvement of India also, because he toppled a government which was pro-India. So there are such theories also. Those conspiracy theories are being spread by Pakistan. So in that case, it makes it very difficult to believe such theories. Then there are certain other reports that say actually supporters of Sheikh Hasina, the former ruler of Bangladesh, who are in Bangladesh army, are behind this murder. Again, we don't know. It's not confirmed. Then there are people who think that actually he was Torrance Arville Jackson was actually killed by CIA because he had switched sides and he was a turncoat, and because of that they killed him. This is another theory. We don't have any specific information or specific evidence to prove as to who really killed this person. The only thing we know that he has died under mysterious circumstances. Now it's almost clear that he was actually not a businessman. There are enough evidences to prove that this guy was a frequent visitor to Bangladesh embassy, and he used to meet Bangladesh ambassador, the US ambassador to Bangladesh, Mr. Peter Haas. So this is a very intriguing report. Now India is very much worried about this because what is happening in Bangladesh will affect the safety and security of northeast India. Earlier there had been reports that the US was trying to create a Christian majority state, curving out parts or clawing out parts from northeast India, then taking parts from Myanmar, and former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, once said actually a Western intermediary had approached her and sought her help to create an independent Christian nation there. The interest of the US is they want to act this country as a bulwark against China. So US has definitely got interest in the region. There are reports that actually US is behind the trouble that happened in Manipur, and US secret agencies are actually funding and providing arms to Kuki extremists in Manipur. So these reports, these theories are actually there. Such reports are flying thick and fast over the last couple of years. Even earlier there had been, Indian newspapers had reported that the US was supporting insurgency in northeast India, especially those who belong to Baptist Church. The Baptist Church is actually based in the US and they don't have bases anywhere else in the world. And many of these groups, Christian tribes in northeast they follow Baptist beliefs. So all these are point fingers to the involvement of US in northeast. So obviously the US has created enemies also in many parts of the northeast. Now, most probably because of that, somebody might have, found that, or somebody might have verified that perhaps the man who died was a key behind, or a master brain behind all those happenings in the northeast India, or in the borders of northeast India. So probably it could be one of the reasons why he was killed, if he was really murdered. But anyway, now things are, earlier it was this, these things were not very clear. Now things are becoming clearer and clearer day by day. Let's see if more evidences surface. If something comes on, public domain, I will be back with updates. Meet you again. Till then, goodbye.